Hello, come on in. Welcome, everybody. We're at the top of the hour. Time for our yoga. Let's begin. We'll start in mountain pose. So let's meet me here in a standing position. Just stand near the top of your mat. We'll begin our practice here. And as you're settling in, just find your space and find your breath. You might take a few deep breaths in and out just to get reacquainted with your breathing. A sense of the feeling, maybe the sound of your breath. And just hold on to this connection. Let's begin to deepen that connection. You might just take slower breaths. So perhaps a slow, deep inhale to help fill up your lungs. And a complete exhale, letting it release all the way to empty. And again, fill yourself up, breathing in and exhale. And just continue with this steady breath, just in and out. As you're taking each breath, just moving deeper into self, noticing. Paying attention to what's going on inside of you. And as you're checking in, you might add some movements. That might simply be some circling of your shoulders, or movement of your head and neck, or any other part of your body. Just checking in. How are you feeling this afternoon? What does your body need from your moving practice today? And it's also an invitation to move as you need to move. Moving through our sequences, but if you need to divert and move into a posture that just relates to what you're needing at that moment, go ahead and follow that path. On your next breath in, let's take another deep breath in, filling up the lungs. Let's hold that uplifting sensation with the exhale. Just draw or pull your belly button in towards your spine, so you're engaging the abdominal lock. A place of support. This is your center. This connection, deeper connection to self. Again, a breath in, breath rising to fill up your lungs, and keeping that uplifting sensation, we create the lock a little lower, pulling belly button in. Good. And a few more breaths like that. And let's just take 3 more breaths as we now prepare our bodies to move. Remembering to move at your own pace. Remember to modify any postures and take rest whenever you need to. When you're ready to move, inhale, extend both arms all the way up, reach, stretch. And exhale, leading with your heart, let's fold forward. So a good hinge from your hips, bend your knees as much as you need to. There you go. That floating sensation as you make your way down towards your toes. And inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees. Only rise up halfway to elongate through your spine. And exhale to slide back down the legs, back down to your forward fold. Now you're welcome to touch the ground or your toes, but if you feel that's too low this first time through, maybe you'll climb up the legs, maybe just let your hands rest on your shins or even higher up on your knees or thighs, just to modify the pose. And wherever you land, just notice how this feels. And where do you feel it? There's a stretch quality down your spine, lengthening down through your back body. Perhaps even down your legs, a stretch in the hamstrings and lower glutes. Let's take 2 more breaths in the standing forward fold, and then we'll carefully come back up to standing. When you're ready, just simply shift your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. Start lifting upper body to extend the spine. Then inhale, reach out with your arms, then all the way up as you stand tall. Reach into the air. In the exhale, you can bring your palms together down to your heart, or you can bring your arms down to your side, just to finish that sequence as we come back to our mountain pose. Let's repeat that sequence right away. Inhale, reach into the air, feel the lengthening through the sides of your body. Yes. Exhale, swan dive forward. Always okay to bend your knees as you fold, really to protect your back. Make your way down. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees, rise up halfway. Feel the flat, long spine. And exhale, back down we go. Nice release here at the end. Then that same weight shift into your heels, bend your knees to lower hips. Start lifting upper body. That will help extend the upper body. Then inhale, reach out, then up. Good. Reaching upward, then exhale, either hands to heart or arms to your side. Finishing your flow. We'll take a pause here. Take another breath here. So we've added movement to the breath, and we'll just keep adding on to our sequence. Here we go. Inhale, reaching into the air. We'll move into our sun salute. Series A. Exhale, swan dive forward. Going at your own pace, inhale, rise up halfway, that long spine, flat back. This exhale, fold. Bend your knees enough so you can reach the ground with your hands. And just plant your hands near the top edge of your mat. Then walk or take several steps to the back end of your mat. And just align your body. So you're in plank pose, just simply drawing a line from your head right down to your heels. Maybe your hips are at shoulder level. This is our plank pose. Let's hold for a couple more seconds so you can just feel the energy and strength in this posture. Take a breath in, then exhale, bend your knees slightly to send your hips into the air. Keep the knees soft, hips continue to rise, your head and chest will dip right between the arms, and you'll arrive in downward facing dog. Just hold here for a moment, settling in. And while you're here, as hips continue to float up, lengthening torso, press palms a little flatter into the mat to help straighten and strengthen the arms as best as you can here. Just feel that energy. And come right back up to standing. So a full breath in. On the exhale, bend your knees to walk, step, or even hop both feet up to the top of your mat. You'll be in forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Again, the top of your head leads you forward. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into the heels, bend your knees, lower your hips. Inhale, let's rise up, reach up into the air. We'll keep it moving. On the exhale, take chair pose or a chair-like position. Just hold here for a moment, find the balance, and then bend your elbows here so we can create this goalpost shape with the arms. And gently pull back, just to open up the chest a little bit more. So you might feel an opening across the chest, but also feel perhaps an engagement across the back, your shoulders and the back body. Let's take a breath in. On the exhale, dive out of your chair, back down towards toes. Here we are, forward fold. Inhale, rise up halfway. Here's our flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down. Meet the earth with your hands. Walk, step, or hop, feet back, plank pose. All right, same pause here. Hips at shoulder level, push firmly, strongly into the ground, as if you're trying to push the floor away from you. Feel what's happening in your straight arms. You might feel an energy in your chest, maybe your back. Now you're welcome to take another shortcut to down dog like you did the first time, or finish the vinyasa by finishing the foot push-up. You might bend your elbows, coming down. You can certainly bring your knees to the floor first, then the rest of your body. Create a back bend. It could be a very low back bend like cobra or sphinx, or even up dog. Then finish in downward facing dog. Be sure to make some adjustments with your feet and your hands if you need to. Keep the knees soft so your hips continue to lift up while hands press down into the ground. Even press more towards your thumbs and index fingers so you really feel that flat palm effect into the earth. Strong arms. Let's add a lunge. Inhale, pick up right foot and extend the leg up into the air. And exhale, let's step right foot up to the top of the mat or even just behind the right hand. Turn left leg so your left heel behind you is on the floor. Shifting weight back so there's good weight and balance on both feet. And then float upward, hinging from hips rising into warrior one. So just reach high, lunge low as we arrive in our postures, holding for a moment. Good energy. Reaching up, strong feet, strong legs. Let's take a breath in and exhale. Just hinge to fold. Bring hands back down to the floor. Slide right foot back to meet the other, plank pose, another pause. Strengthen the upper body. Again, you could take a shortcut to down dog or finish the push-up coming down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Modify that if you'd like. Find a back bend. It might be upward facing dog or locust pose. And finishing in down dog. So whatever sequence you take, we'll just meet together in down dog. Again, make those adjustments. Arrive in the posture. The invitation and the reminder to press more towards thumbs and index fingers. Energy in your inner arms here, yes? Now let's extend left leg into the air with the breath in and exhale it. Step left foot to the top of the mat. Once you've landed, turn right leg, heel on the floor behind you, shift weight back so there's good balance there. So the hands feel light, you can easily lift and rise. Arrive in warrior one. Okay, good reach. Yes, good lunge. So you feel it from top to bottom. Rooted into the earth with the feet, nice strong legs, a little hip opener here, long torso, energize arms, hands, and fingers. Let's breathe in, and our exhale. Fold, plant the hands, slide left foot back to meet the other. Brief pause, and then complete your series as you'd like. Always okay to take that shortcut to down dog. You can add those other postures whenever it feels correct to you. That's it. Good. Okay, we're just going to add another lunge sequence here. So inhale, extend right leg up. Hold for a moment, reaching long through the leg as if you're trying to reach maybe the wall behind you with your foot. Let's open the hip here. Bend your right knee. Bring heel down towards backside. A slight lift of knee. Feel the little opening or twist sensation in the low back. Keep pressing hands into the floor. Here we go. Breathe in, then exhale to unwind and step through. Back to a warrior one setup. Landing, left heel to the earth, shift weight back, good balance. Let's rise. And an opening here to warrior two. Adjusting your feet. Good. So you have a strong foundation. Yes, that's a good energy in the arms here. While we're here in our warrior two, just going to add a movement. You're going to inhale, reach out more. On the exhale, flip palms up and then bring elbows in towards your ribs. You're going to inhale, re-extend, flip the palms down, and just repeat it. Exhale, bring it in. And do that a few more times on your own. Just reaching out and back in. So that rotation there is just getting a rotation through the shoulders, feeling that engagement as you bring the elbows in, noticing what's happening in the back body. All right, you're going to inhale and re-extend the arms, hold on the exhale, and now ready for side angle. So just reach out, angled upper body, and rotate here. Reaching down with the right hand, left hand reaching into the air. Just keeping that left arm straight, just going to reach to the back of the room, and then just bring that arm down and bring it behind you to your low back perhaps. And just roll the left shoulder back as a way to open up through the chest. Feel some more length along the spine, through the torso. Yes, just like that. Just getting some shoulder mobility here. Let's re-extend the left hand reaching to the back of the room, then up and overhead, okay, towards the front of the room as you lift and turn towards the floor. Free both hands, so you can bring both hands to the floor, slide right foot back, plank pose. Again, a choice to take a shortcut to down dog or a full vinyasa or any variation of movements that will get you to down dog. That's it, yeah. Keep checking in with body and what it needs at that moment. And when you're ready, we'll proceed to the other side. Inhale, extend left leg up, reaching back. Don't worry about how high the leg goes, just a nice energetic lift and reach. reaching through your foot to the back wall. Let's open the hip. Yeah, bend your left knee, heel down towards backside, slight lift of knee. Lower half of the body kind of opens up towards the left side of the room. Meanwhile, hands press into the floor. There you go. So you don't feel like you're going to collapse or drop into your right shoulder. Good. Unwind on the exhale, step through. Left foot to the top of the mat, right heel to the earth behind you. Just feel grounded. And take your time with these transitions. Rise when you're ready, and then opening up to Warrior Two. Good. Settling in. And same thing with that shoulder mobility here. We're going to flip, inhale, reach out, and exhale, flip palms up, bring elbows in towards ribs. And a few more times, just at your own pace. Energy and extension as you lengthen out through the arms. Bring it in for that squeeze in the back body. Good. All right, next inhale, just re-extend the arms, palms down, hold here on the exhale. Ready for your side angle pose. Good, reaching out. Angled upper body, let's rotate the arms, reaching high and low. Now your left hand might reach the floor or even a block, but knowing you don't have to go down that low at all. Okay, we got a good energy flowing through the right arm, reaching up. Now take it to the back of the room. Okay, reaching for that back wall, and then down behind you to your low back, and then roll the right shoulder back. Just help open up through the chest a little bit, lengthening through the torso. Just to check in, you might find and feel that your torso, for the most part, is lined up with your front left thigh. Good. Let's re-extend the right arm. It's reaching to the back of the room initially, and then reaching up. It's like you're doing a big wave or a rainbow. And overhead, free both hands. You can bring both hands to the floor. And then slide left foot back, plank pose. Finishing your sequence. We'll meet in down dog. Let's do some floor work. So bring your knees down to the floor. Sit back briefly into hero, then off to the side. So you can bring the legs around to the front. Maybe scoot forward so you have some room behind you so you can roll down onto your back. Go ahead and bring your knees with you. Give yourself a hug. And a nice reset with the breath. Just check in with your breathing. Add some movement here. Then we'll set up for bridge pose. So just plant your feet into the ground. When you're ready, inhale, fill up the lungs. We did this earlier while we were standing in mountain pose, getting ready for the practice. Exhaling, navel to spine, engaging your core, and using that energy now to float the hips up into the air. And just let them rise until they naturally stop. Make some adjustments with your body. One adjustment might be the upper half of of your body. You might rock your torso left and right several times in order to get your shoulders and arms a bit underneath you if you can, just to feel that opening and expansion through the chest. Now with the arms, several options. They can just kind of rest on the floor or use your hands to sit in. So you might bend your elbows, sit in your hands. Or even just simply bend your elbows with free hands like robot arms and just press the backs of your arms down into the floor just to help sustain this lift and opening through the chest. And while you're here, just noticing the energy in your body. Let's take 2 more breaths. After the second breath, just start to soften just a little bit. Then wiggle the feet forward just a tad, and then extend your arms up into the air. This is just to create space in your back body so you can continue to come back down to the earth completely. And then extend your arms behind you and your legs out in front of you as a way to lengthen, stretch, just open up your body again. All right, ready to re-energize the body. We'll bring knees into chest. We're going to rock ourselves up to seated or even roll to your side to press yourself up to seated so you can arrive or move into boat pose. So you can rock up and just arrive right there in boat, or just kind of set yourself up as you'd like. Maybe heels on the floor with soft knees. Feel the extension of spine and just find that angle you want to create. Knowing that the farther back you lean, you're going to create more tension in your core body. You can always hold on. You can free the hands. Feet can stay on the floor or float in the air. So just finding, the area you want to set yourself in. With this boat pose, good energizing, core strengthening position. All right, 2 more breaths, and we'll move again. All right, next exhale. If you can, you might cross legs, maybe hands in front to hop or step feet back into plank, or hands to the side to unfold legs, re-extend them back behind you, and arrive in plank pose. And just that reminder, push into the floor as if you're trying to push the ground away from you. So you feel all that energy. But here, now set your right knee onto the floor directly underneath your right hip. So straight line up and down, and then swing the right foot off to the right side, creating a kickstand, really for balance, because you're going to open up the body towards the left side of the room for your side plank pose variation. The knee on the floor just gives us a bit more stability. Okay. It's also a good hip opener with that bent knee. And just to emphasize that, imagine you're wearing a belt and just push the belt buckle forward. And with the back of your head and your upper back, kind of lean back as if you're leaning into a wall behind you. This left hand, let's reach towards the front of the room this time. Reaching, good extension. An option here is to lift your left foot off the floor, just an option. You can even just keep it on the floor. There's a good balancing act right there. Good, yes, breathe in. Exhale, let's carefully return to the earth. So we're going to bring the left hand back down, left knee, bring that right kickstand back in. So here we are on our hands and knees, so cat-cow. We can add here with the breath in into cow. Exhale, round it out into cat. But yeah, some good options if you're here with hands and knees, which is the typical way we might do this pose. But if this is a little aggravating in the wrist, or they're a little sore or tired, you can always come down to your elbows. Continue the same flow. It feels slightly different. You're just targeting different parts of the body, but it's something you might want to experiment with if you want. Two more breaths. Just getting some good mobility through the spine. That rocking sensation through the pelvis. And let's get set up for the other side. Just come back to a neutral tabletop posture. We'll make a kickstand with the left foot now. We'll extend the right leg back. You can keep the foot on the floor for now. And then open up towards the right side of the room with the right hand extending up into the air. As you get situated, same thing. That imaginary belt buckle pushing forward. Just help that hip opening effect of this posture. Right foot or toes can stay on the floor if you'd like. Lift it into the air. And we'll also extend the right arm overhead, reaching towards the front of the room. Good energy in that lifted leg, also the extension of the arm. There you go. Yes, breathe in. Well done. Exhale carefully. Slowly return to the earth. Right hand, right knee. Bring that kickstand back in. Just 2 breaths this time. Cat and cow. You can do it on your hands or down on your elbows. Pause for a moment in this neutral tabletop posture. Let's make our way back into down dog. So you might just tuck your toes, lift the knees, send hips into the air. Head and chest sink between the arms. Press thumbs and index fingers into the earth. Let's return to standing. So your next exhale, walk, step, or jump. Both feet up to the top of the mat to a forward fold. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Fold again on the exhale. Weight shift into the heels. Bend your knees, lowering your hips. Let's lift upper body. Extend your arms out, then up as you inhale, reach up high. Good. Exhale, arms down to your side to finish that flow. Do a quick check-in, maybe a little circle roll here. Check in with your elbows, your wrists, a lot of planks and side planks. So just maybe check in with how the wrists feel, give them a little relief. Alrighty, we're gonna do a chair pose with a twist. You're welcome to use a block. For this twist, you don't have to. Okay, I'll do it with the block, but you can certainly do it without. If you have the block, you're just gonna place it between the thighs. Give it a little squeeze. It's gonna stand up nice and tall initially. Just feel rooted and connected into the earth. It's that mountain pose effect. And then we'll inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take your chair pose. And you don't have to make it too deep of a seat, even just something like this is fine. You could go deeper. And then go ahead and bring hands to heart center. All right, so do imagine wherever you are, high or low, do imagine you are sitting in a chair and stay glued to the chair as best as you can. We'll take a breath in, imagine your spine getting longer. Exhale, squeeze your block if you have it, pull belly in. You're gonna make a rotation or a slight twist to your right side. Not too far, not too much, just until you kind of naturally stop. And again, you don't have to go down too low here. So this left elbow might reach the outer right thigh, maybe, may not. It's okay if it doesn't. Good, yes, hold, breathe. Maybe exhale through the mouth. So you can feel like you're in boat. Kind of the engagement of the core, now in a twist, really activating and getting into those obliques a little bit. Okay, breathe in. We're gonna move out of the pose on the exhale, so unwind. Maybe just place hands on thighs. Holding here for a moment, a little softening and a realignment of the spine. And then stand up tall. Inhale, let's extend our mountain pose, reaching up. Exhale back into chair pose. Go ahead and bring hands to heart center. High seat or low seat, same thing. Feel glued to that chair. Breathe in, long spine. Exhale, pull belly in, squeeze the imaginary block. Twist to your left or the other side. Again, still want to feel like you're sitting in that chair. You're glued to the chair. Just now the hips may shift a little bit, but ideally not too much. So we get more of that rotation and movement through the upper body, like you're unscrewing a cap on a water bottle, for example. Go back to the breathing where you might breathe out through your mouth. So you can feel something in the belly, maybe the sides, okay, of your body, and getting into the obliques. Yes, here we go. Breathe in. And then the exhale, unwind. Again, hands on thighs. Hold for a second. Just feel that release. If you've got a block, grab the block. And we'll slide, all of us slide down to a forward fold. We're done with the block. Just place it on the floor. Okay, here's our forward fold. Nice release there. And let's continue. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, hands to the earth, hopper step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like to, Chaturanga Dandasana. We're just going through a vinyasa, but go at your own pace. Inhale, up dog or a cobra pose. If you're going through this sequence, maybe you took the shortcut to down dog, which is fine. And once in down dog and you settle in, we'll inhale, extend right leg up, bend and twist open. Hands press firmly into the floor. Exhale, unwind, step through, back to a warrior one, left heel to the earth, plant it. Rise when you're ready, first warrior. Exhale, opening warrior two, settle in. Side angle, reach out, rotate here. Follow left arm overhead, reach towards the front of the room, just for a good extension through left side. We're still moving, breathe in. Exhale, turn, fold, hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose, hold. Set right knee back down onto the floor, kickstand, reopen to a side plank pose. That's it, okay? So right knee's on the floor. Extend left arm overhead, reach, maybe if you can, lift left foot to help that out. Flex the foot, or even point your toes. There's something very active in the foot that'll help that leg remain in the air as we hold this strong, balancing sideways pose. Breathe in. Exhale, let's return to the earth. Hands and knees. Do 2 cat-cow breath movements. On the second exhale, hold cat. That's the rounded spine. Hold cat, keep breathing. Tuck toes, lift knees, send hips into the air. You'll return to down dog. So we're just doing this sequence on the other side. When you're ready, you can rest if you need to. Inhale, extend left leg up. Bend and twist. Hands press firmly into the floor. Strong, balanced arms. Unwind, step through. Warrior one. Right heel to the earth. Plant it. Rise when you're ready. Yeah. Warrior two. Settle in, adjust. Side angle, reach. Rotate arms. Follow right arm overhead. Reaching towards the front of the room. Feel the extension. Feel the stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, return to the earth. Plant the hands. Slide left foot back, plank. Just a brief pause. We're doing side plank on the other side. So we're bringing left knee to the floor. Make a kickstand. And then opening up when you're ready. Pushing belt buckle forward. Right arm overhead. Flex right foot or point the toes so you can lift that leg and foot if you're able. Yes. There it is. So dynamic. Beautiful posture. Here we go. Breathing in. And the exhale, our careful return to the earth, hands and knees. Maybe a couple cat-cow movements. And then go ahead and take a break so you can rest those wrists. Maybe sit back into child's pose. Or even embryo pose where you bring the arms kind of down alongside the body. Just relax the shoulders a little bit more if you'd like. Just a position where you can just kind of regroup, reset, get reconnected to your breathing. That's it. Check in. This is a nice place to check in because the third eye is closest to the earth here. You really can't see anything around you. So just look inward. Check in. How are you doing? Let's take 3 more breaths here. And slowly come up to hero, but if that's too much pressure on the knees, you've already been in child's pose, that's enough pressure on the knees and ankles, you can certainly just take a regular seat. And in that regular seat, just kind of check in with your wrists again, okay? Any kind of movement, maybe instead of that forced flex position we do a lot in plank and down dog, maybe flip the hands, flip the palms, so you can get into the wrists or either any kind of movement. Okay, while you're doing that, resting, let me show you that other version of side plank, Vashisthasana. Okay, we've been doing it with knee on the floor, which is a great version of the pose because it takes some of that weight and pressure off of the hand and wrist, etc. Because we got the knee on the floor, but if you can, try it with straight legs. So here's plank. If I take the feet over towards the left side here and just kind of drop to the right and get stacked here, okay? So same thing with the hips. Instead of pushing, well, we do want to push forward, but the highest hip bone here, we want to send up, pushing the ground away from you, okay? Just as you did in planks and down dogs, okay? Now you don't have to stack the legs, okay? But you could stagger the legs. There's some different variations, one in front, one behind. You can even bring a foot behind you to help you stand or stay in the pose, or in front, something like that, okay? One tip here, you do want straight legs. If the knees are bent, you're going to collapse, okay? It won't feel as steady. All the weight will go here. Straight legs will just bring more energy to the lower half of the body. Then some dynamics if you want to add, okay? All right, so let's come out to plank pose. Okay, we'll start in plank. We'll try side plank with straight legs, or you can certainly bring right knee to the floor. Just for that little setup, step the feet or toes to the left side, if that makes sense, okay? And then roll onto the right hand, and the feet kind of drop, the heels will drop to the right, if that makes sense. So you're on your right hand, that's it. Good. Modify if you need to, change it up. If your legs are straight, be sure they are straight as can be. Flex the feet, that also helps, it energizes the legs. Stacked or staggered feet, or step a foot in the front or in the back. Lift left hip higher. Yes, left hand overhead, reaching overhead towards the front of the room. If you can, lift left foot. There's your pose. Nice. Plank pose. Full plank, hand comes down, take a rest. Knees to the floor, sit back, rest your wrists. Okay, very nice. Okay, child's pose or hero pose, just something to get off of your hands. Very dynamic, either one. Even with knee on the floor, still very dynamic. Okay, very powerful, very strong. All right, a couple more breaths. You could reset here, check in with wrists and fingers and other joints, shoulders and elbows. Continue the rest if you need more time. Otherwise, return to plank pose. Okay, so I've added that little setup step, which is taking the feet over now to the right side, and then just kind of dropping the heels down to the left. You'll be on your left hand, and then opening up. Okay, that's if you're keeping the legs straight. Again, be sure they are straight. To keep them straight and strong, flex your feet. Stacked or staggered, okay, or that step over or step behind. Right hip lifting into the air. Okay, yes, that's it. Okay, reaching right arm overhead if you can. And that one last dynamic is lifting the right foot, keeping it flexed or pointed. There it is. There's our side plank, Vashisthasana. Then a careful, slow return to plank pose. Okay, another rest here. Just a quick rest, maybe just hero pose. Rest your wrist, do a counter position, okay? All right, if you are in child's pose, do come up to hero so I can show you this next little sequence. A block can come in handy with this. I'm going to place it on my left side. So a down dog, lifted leg, bent knee to open up through the hip. Let me just show you this, because sometimes, not all the time, just being mindful of that little hip opener here. Sometimes we do this, but we drop, okay, into this other arm and elbow, right? Okay, see if we can keep all that straight and strong. Push, so we just get the dynamic of the rotation and opening of the hip. We're not just dropping and collapsing, okay? Stepping through, warrior one, warrior two. Okay, side angle, take the left arm overhead, reach, but in a turn here, we're gonna take this into a twist. You can bring a block in. I like, because you can lift yourself up. You're gonna rise up on your tiptoes behind you to align the hips. That lift here might give you more space along the belt line, so you can rotate here, because we're gonna take this right arm out and rotate, okay? Now, eventually, we're gonna not use the block, because I'm gonna have you plant the hand onto the floor. Watch my back foot, dropping it to the outside edge of that foot to step back. You can end up here for your side plank, here, or just staggered into a side plank pose. Notice how I got out of that side plank, okay? Just so you don't drop onto that other hand. Lift the hips, step forward. Stay on the toes, watch my feet. I'm just kind of lifting myself up here. Then I don't drop onto this hand. Returning to plank. Alrighty? All right, downward facing dog. Block placed on left side if you want to use it. Okay, here we go. Inhale, extend right leg up. Reach and hold, get nicely extended. Already rooting the hands into the floor, open your hip. Right knee bends, heel down, lift the knee. Feel the twist in the lower half of the body rather than a collapse in the left shoulder. You're all there, good. Unwind, step through, warrior one. Nice, left heel to the earth, rooted and connected. Take your time, rise, good. Exhale, open, warrior two. That's it, nice wide stance. Side angle. Follow left arm overhead, reach, get these good extensions, working these shoulders here too. Let's revolve or twist the pose. Turn, bring left hand to the floor or bring in that block, maybe to level 3 to give you some height. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you to help square out the hips. Okay, take a look up here so you can see my height and good extension of spine. Right arm out to the side, just keep rotating. And again, that extra lift will give you space in the waistline so you can actually turn. If you're lower, okay, you're kind of blocking some of that area of the body so it may not rotate as much. There we are. Okay, yes. Breathing in. And exhale, let's bring right hand to the floor. Move that block to the other side. Press palms into the floor. Slide right foot back, plank. Full vinyasa or a shortcut to down dog. Just going to do the other side, and then we're going to add that transition to the side planks. Okay. All righty. Here we go. Inhale, extend left leg up. Reach and hold. Already rooting the hands into the floor. There you go. Bend the left knee, heel down. Lifted knee, a little twist in the spine, hip opener, hands are strong. Unwind on the exhale, step through, warrior 1. Right heel to the earth, rising. Exhale, open, warrior 2, setting yourself up. Side angle, reaching out, rotate here. Follow right hand overhead. Ready to revolve. Breathe in. Exhale, turn either hand to the floor or bring in your block. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Good extension through torso, as well as the left arm out to the left side, and then you can revolve. Here we go, breathing in. Exhale, we're unwinding, hands on the floor. Move the block to the side. Slide left foot back, plank again, finishing your sequence as you'd like. Meet in down dog for a breath or two. And then just do another quick wrist relief by coming down to your knees, perhaps. Get off the hands, rest the wrists, because we're just going to bring more pressure to them. Right? Okay. So just that reminder of what we're doing next. Warrior 2, side angle. Okay, my right hand's going to come all the way down to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes, but I'm just going to keep pivoting all the way around to the outside edge of the foot. Slide, in this case, left foot back, stack or stagger, okay, for your side plank. Add a dynamic if you want. Remember that secret to get out of the pose. Step a foot forward, lift, so you don't drop onto the hand. Okay, let's return to down dog. Yeah, rest the wrist more if you need to. When you're ready, inhale, extend right leg up. We'll keep it straight this time. Right foot to the top of the mat, warrior 1. Left heel to the earth, you know the drill. Rising, exhale, open, warrior 2. That's it, nice wide stance, side angle, reach out, rotate here. Follow left arm overhead, reach. Here we go. Inhale, here's that transition. Exhale, turn, bring left hand to the floor, left hand, rise up on your tiptoes behind you, and just keep pivoting until you're on the outside edge of that back foot. Slide right foot back, stack it on top of the other if that's where you're going. Or stagger, or bring left knee to the floor. That's it. And opening up. Pelvis forward, right hip lifting, right arm maybe reaching overhead, maybe lifting right foot flex. Vashisthasana, there it is. All right, step one foot in front of the other so you can get the hips high, so you can land lightly on that right hand. That's it, there's plank pose. Rest or finish your vinyasa. So good. All right. Downward facing dog. Meet me here when you're ready. Okay, hop in when you're ready. Inhale, left leg up, keep it straight. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Warrior 1. Plant that back heel, rise. Warrior 2. Expand. Here we are, side angle. Right arm reaching overhead. Inhale, here we go. Transition, exhale, turn, right hand to the floor, rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Keep pivoting. that back foot until you're on the outside edge of that foot. Slide or pull, left leg back, stack it on top of the other, or a different placement. Of course, perfectly fine to set right knee onto the floor. Yes, straight legs, flexed feet, active. Maybe lifting left foot, left hand reaching overhead perhaps. Vashistasana, the pose of excellence. Stagger the feet so you can lift the hips so you don't drop onto the left hand as you return to plank pose. Complete your series. Beautifully done. Love it. Yeah, throw in some push-ups. Good. Child's pose. Rest. Two more breaths. And then rise to hero. We're ready for the bonus round. The bonus round, we're going to spin the wheel. We're coming to, just watch, we're coming to dolphin plank. We just call it that because we're on our elbows like you're getting ready for dolphin, but we're going to stay in plank. So plank pose on the elbows on the floor, really good core connection here. We're going to open this up sideways. So I'm just going to, my right hand, I'm just going to bring it in so I have a nice angled right arm so I can spin and open. Nice balance there. Good opening. Okay, so there's our side plank. Add some dynamic, okay? Just keep pushing the ground away from you. If you can, a little bent knee, just maybe get more of an extension. And then if you can, because we're closer to the ground, roll. Right over to the other side. If you can, maybe you can reach your toe, I don't know. See, it's the same thing. I lifted the hips. We'll finish here. Okay. So let's find our dolphin plank. This is our bonus round for the big money. And even as you're here, think about dolphin. You are really trying to push the ground away from you. Nice broad upper back, engage core, feeling this in the chest even, and in your belly. Yes. Okay. Let's angle the right arm, and then roll sideways here, or get onto the edges of your feet. So you're in side plank. Just happen to be on your forearm there. There you go. Pushing into the earth with that arm. So you stay open. Try dynamic if you'd like. That's it. Even if it's just a simple lift of the leg or bending the knee, because you can bring that knee in towards yourself and then extend the leg. Nice. Wow. Beautifully done. All right. Can you roll right over to the other side? Get on your toes, lift the hips, light landing on the other forearm, and just roll open to the other side as you're able. That's it. Beautiful, Vicky. Yes. Okay, slow return to dolphin plank. Three breaths. And after your third breath, child's pose. Maybe embryo, so you can bring the arms behind you. Give your shoulders a rest. Okay. You can just hold here, just be here, just come back to breath, that reset. You can even add other movements here. Again, that embryo pose is good. Even some side stretches. Maybe if your arms are extended out in front of you, just kind of reach out maybe towards the upper corner of your mat so you can get a side stretch. There you go. We'll take 3 more breaths. From here, just slowly transition. You might rise up, take a seat. We're going to get onto our backs again. Okay. So once you're on your back, choose an inversion. So simply, it could just be lying on your back, extend the legs, something like this, or even sitting on a block or a bolster first, then extend the legs, or something a little bit more dynamic, perhaps shoulder stand. But if you're on pace to soften and relax the body, maybe just an extension of the legs while seated on the ground or a block. Good. How about 3 more breaths? After your 3rd breath, just make your way back down to the earth. And once you're down, hug the knees into your body. Add a twist here, spinal twist. Maybe 5 to 10 breaths on one side, and then the same on the other side when you're complete. When you feel complete with your spinal twists, you certainly are welcome to move right into Shavasana or any other movement, like a hip opener or another back bend, whatever you might need first before you settle into your Shavasana or other restorative pose. As you remain in stillness, just simply return to the awareness of your breath. Just notice your breathing. Using the breath to come back to this moment, just in case the mind began to wander. Come back to self. Come back to this moment. And then continue with these deep breaths, slow breaths, beginning to bring a new energy into your body. And this practice was certainly dynamic, expelling a lot of energy, but also a way to really tap into your own strength, endurance, mobility, flexibility, balance. So with each breath, while in this resting moment, rejuvenating, reclaim your own power, reclaim your strength. And as you feel this energy emerge, now feel movement return to your body. And when you feel that movement naturally return, slowly and carefully roll to one side of your body. Just pausing for a moment in this nurturing pose. Even this dynamic strength building practice, you are taking care of yourself, looking after yourself. And now slowly guide your way up to seated. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthen spine, relax shoulders. Then one last movement together. We'll inhale, extend your arms all the way up. And exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Here, take one more breath in and out on your own. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.